So apparently America lost its collective mind because Cracker Barrel decided to change its logo. They got rid of that old dude, Uncle Herschel Walker. All right, it was just called Uncle Herschel, but he was sitting on his barrel. And they basically tried to go with a sleeker model. Minimalist, I guess is what they call it. But instead of chic, it came out looking like a daggone fake diner logo you get off of Canva. And I ain't talking about the one you pay for. I'm talking about the free Canva. Conservatives went full DEFCON 1. It was like, you taking our country and our cornbread. Even the president got involved, which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure he think Cracker Barrels where Melania keep the holiday decorations. And then after all that outrage and a nice dip in the stock price, Cracker Barrel backpedaled like, all right, you can have your Herschel Walker back. They literally had to reintroduce the cracker back to his barrel. What's next? They gonna give Aunt Jemima her pancakes back? Is Uncle Ben gonna get back his rice? But here's the thing. Here's the funny little secret. Anybody that's not black, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Cracker Barrel's vibe to black people has always been just a little... You know, like if we saw Jim Crow on the menu, we wouldn't have been shocked. I mean, the logo, the rocking chairs, the rusty washboards on the wall gave a slight whites-only energy. But we still pulled up, to be clear. And we never felt no way about it because by the time we would get there, once you walk in, the staff is nice and friendly. The food is good. Ain't no colors, only water fountain. Like the vibe once you got in was like, oh, okay, we cool. But black people wasn't protesting this. There was no BLM movement to get rid of Cracker Barrel logo. Black people meet every Thursday. And this never came up at the meeting, not nan time. And why? Because the food was hitting. I mean, yeah, we walk in, clock another black family across the dining room, give each other that look. I'm like, all right now, that you feel it too? And they'd be like, all right, let's eat. Then it's just cornbread and gravy and a quick round of them impossible wooden peg games, which by the way, they changed that too. Y'all know how you look on the bottom of the peg game and it tell you like, oh, if you leave 2, you're a genius, or you leave 1, you're a genius. You leave 2, you're pretty smart. If you leave 3 or 4, you a dum-dum. You leave more than 4, you a ignoramus. First of all, I didn't know how you would go from smart to dummy in like one peg, but that's beside the point. The point is that game was fun. You couldn't wait to call your sibling a dummy. It was a test of character. You either left that triangle with 1 peg and bragging rights, or with 3 pegs and a label of ignoramus. And we lived for that label, or at least the label somebody else that we loved and care about. You didn't cry about it. You laughed with your friends and your family, and then you sharpen your brain, or at least you sharpen your trash talk for the next round. But now they done updated the game. No more being called a dummy. Now it's just positive affirmations and gentle pats on the back. The humiliation was the best part. That's all I'm saying. It made the hash browns hit harder. The salt in your tears mixed with the salt on your plate. By trying to protect feelings, they robbed us of the very essence of the peg game. The joy of pointing at your cousin and yelling, ha, you ignoramus. Hell, that game is where I learned the word ignoramus. Without that sting, it's just a triangle with holes in it. But I digress. You know, the funniest thing about this whole thing is that nobody really asked for this. I mean, reportedly, the profits dropped before the new CEO got there, but sheesh, not like they did now. They might need to hire that CEO from Red Lobster. He knew the assignment. You don't kill the vibes, you just change the menu a little bit. Nobody was like, you know what's wrong with Cracker Barrel? The logo. Nah, man, we just wanted our biscuits hot and our iced tea sweet. Instead, all these CEOs keep making changes based on their sensibilities. Look, I work in entertainment. It's like when TV executives will book a comedian they personally like instead of who the audience wants. And then they confuse why the show gets canceled. So yeah, Cracker Barrel can swap back and forth or switch the logos out, whatever they want to do. They can switch out CEOs who think branding is the same as cooking. But at the end of the day, we don't care about Herschel Walker's barrel. All right. We care about dumplings, catfish, fried apples, meatloaf, and a waitress who calls everybody hun. That's it. That's the brand. If you liked anything I had to say, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading a new video. If you didn't like anything I said, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. It goes a long way to help grow the channel. Thank you so much for listening.